morning. I've already washed my chicken and I'm fixing to cut it up. And you're saying, well, Brenda, what you gonna do with your chicken? Well, you know what? I don't really know. All I know is this. I'm gonna cut it up in little squares and I'm gonna boil it. I just don't want any fried chicken today, and I don't want any baked chicken. So then the only other thing you can do it is broil it or boil it or cook it on the grill. And the weather's so drab out there, I don't really want to do that. Anyway, I've got two big chicken breasts and then a piece of another one. Those are some big breasts, aren't they? That thing is probably, right there, at that side right there, is probably 2 inches thick. I'm just going to cut it in long strips, like this, and then I'm going to cut it in squares. And I just really don't know what I'm going to do with it. I just hadn't decided. And you also, this makes great chicken fingers if you want to do that for today. But sometimes when you get up in the morning, you just kind of know what you want, and you for sure know what you don't want. So after I've cut it these long skinnies like that, see, then I'm going to cut it in the opposite way, and I'll have little squares. So I might make a soup, I might make dumplings, I really just don't know. But as it gets closer to the time when they're finished boiling, which won't take very long, maybe I'll have it decided by then. And y'all, I never did find my knife that was curved right in here. I never found it. It is somewhere out in my yard. I know that. But I've got so many sticks and leaves out there that I can't find them all. I cannot find them. All right, these are cut. See, little cubes. Little cubes, shapes. All right, let's get out our other one. Cut it up. There's a little bit of fat on there, right there, and I'm leaving it. I want some fat in it. That gives it some good flavor. This knife is sharp, sharp. Have you ever heard the term, that knife won't cut hot butter? Have y'all ever heard that? That's an old Southern saying, and what that's really saying is this. Darling, you need to go sharpen our knives. Now, I have never seen my mother sharpen a knife. Not one time in my life. And the reason was that Daddy did it. That was his job. And he did a lot of cutting and, well, he did all his peeling and sometimes cutting off corn and that kind of stuff with his pocket knife. That's what he used. And I believe in pocket knives. There's just so many times that you need a knife. And if you don't have it, you can't get in. A lot of packages, you cannot even get it. You can't even start to get in them if you don't have a knife to cut it with, or scissors or something. So I keep a pocket knife handy at all times. You never know when you might have a wreck, have to cut your seatbelt off of you. I mean, you just never know. All right, here's my third one. And it's real thin because the other day I wanted some fried chicken and I just cut part of it off. Y'all don't see what all I cook. You don't see it, because I cook usually 3 times a day, but sometimes I just cook twice a day. It's according to what I'm having. All right, so I'm gonna put some water in this, and I'm gonna put salt, and I'm gonna put pepper, and I'm gonna boil it till it gets tender, and then I'll come back and tell y'all what I've decided to do with it. Well, I decided what I'm going to put in my chicken. It's good and tender, and I'm going to turn it down. It's boiled to a good, whoops, you can't see good. Sorry. It's boiled to a nice little cube. I'm going to make me a cabbage soup. That's what I'm gonna make. I looked in the refrigerator to see what I had, and I had some cabbage. So what I'm doing is cutting it in real skinnies like that. I cut my cabbage in half. And you know, when you put cabbage in broth, chicken broth like this, it's so good. I'm gonna stick an onion in there. We're gonna put some butter and that kind of thing. I don't have any milk. I do not have any milk. I have some, but it went bad on me because I didn't use it quick enough. You can still use it like if you were baking or something like that, but you can't just drink it. Yeah, this I'm doing 1/4 of a head of cabbage to go in it. That's what I'm doing. Here's the other half right here. We'll do something else with that. Cabbage is really super good for you. I've got a friend that her husband won't touch a cabbage. He won't touch it. He will not touch it. It makes her so bad because she loves it. Now I'm gonna go get me an onion. Let's cut it up. I've got y'all sitting on the edge right there. Let's see what I can do so you can see better. I'm telling you, I don't know how many things have been cut up on the corner of this old table right here. This old chopping block. George and I, when we bought this, a lot of you know it because you've been following me for 4 years, 5 years. But some of you are new. This chopping block right here didn't have legs on it. It did not have a leg. So when we got home, we found some legs. They're really pretty. They're turned legs. I guess they went on an old table or something. There were some we already had. And they're really beautiful. And he got some brackets to put up under this thing and put legs on it. And then he had to get 2 friends over here with him so they could turn it over. I mean, it was so heavy. It's solid. In other words, there's no hollow spot in it. It's a solid thing. We got it in Selma, Alabama, at an antique shop. They wanted to get rid of it, and we were happy to oblige. They didn't know what they were going to do with it because it didn't have legs, so nobody wanted to buy it. But you know, a lot of times you can get things cheaper if you got to do something to it. Like if it needs staining or painting, or maybe one of the legs off, something's missing. But if you'll buy good quality antiques, they'll last you for a lifetime, and you can give them to your great-great-great-grandchildren because unless the Lord comes back, they're still going to be good. They're still going to be good. All right, we're going to put some butter in here and a little garlic powder, and we're going to get this thing going. It's going to be good, y'all. Just make it a little soup. I just kind of want soup. I didn't know what I was going to do with them. I really didn't. I didn't know if I was going to take the boiled chicken out and make chicken salad, or if I was going to do something else. I really just didn't know. All I knew is I wanted some chicken, and I wanted it boiled. So everything in here is extremely, let me put some more water in it. It doesn't have enough. It's extremely healthy. You've got chicken breast, cabbage, and an onion right now. Now, if you looked in your refrigerator to see what you had, you might have a carrot. You may have some leftover corn from what you cooked the other night. You wind up with a vegetable soup. I'll tell you something else that's really good in here is okra. I love boiled okra in mine. It gives it such a good flavor. All right, we're going to let that come to a boil. put a little bit of salt in it. I hadn't even salted it yet. And we're going to put a little pepper. It'll be a little bit, this thing is empty. One of you gave me these, and I sure have enjoyed them. Because they're called cooking salt and pepper. Because see how big the holes are. They're not like you're sitting at the table and like sprinkle a little on your tomato. These are the kind you want a lot to come out because you're in here cooking. I don't think I've got any more pepper. I'm going to go out there and look in my pantry and see. All right, let's let this cook a little bit. And while we're waiting, let's put us in some butter. Don't you think we need at least a half a stick in there? I think so. I'm gonna open up a box of butter and get some out. I didn't mean to buy this. Sometimes it comes in those little things. I didn't read the box. I just didn't read the box. I'm gonna put all this in there. This is real butter, y'all. Let's put it in. All right. And then we're gonna put in a little garlic powder and stuff, and I'm gonna taste it. See how it tasted. I may cook me a little pound of cornbread with it. Because why? Because it sounds good and it is good and I think I like it. I'll be back in a little while. Let's let that get tender. Okay, I'm going to put about a teaspoon of garlic powder in it. I've got some real garlic over there, but I don't want to use it. Okay, got that in there. Let that season up real good. Don't tell I'm washing clothes. I'm washing sheets and towels. Okay, y'all, I've decided to make me just a little pound of cornbread. And I've got this teeny, weeny little skillet right here. It must be like 5 inches, 6 inches. It's real small. It probably looks big in the camera, but it's not. I put me a tablespoon or 2 of olive oil in there. Got it sitting over here on my eye. I'm gonna try to get it kind of. All right, so here's how much I'm gonna do. I don't know how much that is. What do y'all think? Maybe 1/4 of a cup. For sure not more than that. And we're gonna put buttermilk in it. And don't let me put too much. Y'all see how that kind of clumped out? It's still good when it does that, y'all. See those little clumps in there? That's just butter, because I got whole buttermilk. So what that is literally whole buttermilk. It's got the butter in it. All right, you want this to be, I've shown you before, you want it to be kind of stiffish. That's good right there. See? And so we're going to put it in our skillet, and I'll show you what we're going to do. Y'all, I tasted our soup, and because that was chicken breast don't have much flavor to them, y'all. You have to put the flavor in it. You surely do. They just doesn't have much. So I put another half a stick of butter in it. So actually I got a whole stick of butter in that soup over there. All right, just put that in the center. And then we're going to flatten it out. And then I'm going to put it on low over there on my eye and let that little hoe cake cook. And that's going to be it. I've got it on 4. I'm going to let it cook a while now. Okay, I'm going to try to turn this over. So get your spatula. I thought I already had it out for you. I really don't want to use this one. It's got holes in it. I don't know where my other one is. Here it is. Glory me. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. All right. So I'm just going to kind of barely do up under there a little bit. and flip it over. And let it cook on that side. I still got it on 4. I want it to cook real slow and make our little hoe cake to go with our soup. Now we're going to do something to the soup that I'm going to show you. Hey y'all, here's your cabbage soup. It is done, and I've tasted it, and it's delicious. So all we have in it is cabbage, an onion, and about 1/4 of a head of, we have chicken, 1/4 of a head of cabbage, and some onion. And we put in some garlic powder, salt and pepper, and a stick of butter. Now, you remember the other day when we were cooking and we were going to cook thickening potatoes, and y'all told me y'all's mama cooked the same thing? Well, I want a little bit of thickening in here, but I don't want it too thick. So this, I guess you'd say that would be a little heaping tablespoon of self-rising flour. It's white lily. And I'm just going to put a little water in it, not much. Just a little bit. And stir it up good. Because if you don't stir it up good, you're going to have clumps in there. You don't want clumps. I'm just putting it in so it'll be a little bit on the creamy side. Because we've got all that good butter in it. And so we want to mix it up real good. See what I'm doing? You can still see a few clumps. See that little clump right there? Are you excited to get to eat something good? Honey, this is old-time cooking at its best. I mean, you don't have to have a bunch of fancy stuff to have a really good super meal. You don't have to have it. All right, that's good. Look. You just don't want to put too much water in it because it's hard to stir up if you do. All right, so here's the tip that you need to know. When you're putting your thickening in your soup or in anything, don't have it at a rolling boil. This is just barely simmering. And as you put it in there, gently stir it, because if you don't, it might knot up again. All right, so I'm just going to barely put it in, and I'm going to stir as I'm putting it in. This isn't going to make it real thick, y'all. It's just going to barely make it thick. Just going to put just a little bit in there so it won't be quite so watery. All right, I'm going to let that thicken up now. And then when this gets ready, we will eat us something good. Okay, y'all, our cornbread is ready. Our soup is ready. Here's our little cornbread. See, it turned out just big enough for me. And the soup is soupy, but it's kind of thick soupy. And I like the juice, so I'm going to get me some juice. Here's me a spoon. I'll use this one instead of messing up another one. That's the one I had the flour in. So here's your little hoe cake. You saw how to bake that. It's just so simple. And if you're baking it for you and your husband, or you and your wife, for you men out there, you could use a bigger skillet. I didn't even turn the eye off. But let me let you listen to it. This side got a little brown. And here's our soup. It's really good. I love cornbread with soup, y'all. There's the onion or cabbage one. Oh, it's hot. I got it off, but it's been boiling. It's delicious. And that soup, you can see that if you want it thicker than that, which I didn't, but if you do, Put your 2 tablespoons of flour in your cup and mix it around. And you can mix it around with milk if you'd like to. Matter of fact, you can put milk in it and make more of a chowder instead of a soup like I did. But I'm fixed to eat this for my lunch, and I thank the good Lord for it. And y'all be praying for folks that are in eyes of storms. Eyes of storms. We need to always pray for them. Y'all have a great day. The rest of it, what's left of it. Love you. Bye-bye.